Power Ranger prop replicas available now for pre-order on Entertainment Earth. And if you're planning on getting these things after the show, or if you could do it while watching our show or whatever like that, go right ahead, because obviously these are going to be, there's no telling how many, what are they going to have in terms of quantities for these things. But they're props directly made exactly like what was used in the shows and movie. And the items listed are as follows. All right, you can get your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger helmet.
Okay.
You can get your Power Rangers Zeonizer, which is the Morpher thingy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can get the Power Rangers movie Power Ranger coin sets in a box and everything like that. Very nice. It's a very nice set. For you classic Mighty Morphin Power Ranger show fans, you can get the Red Ranger Power Sword, full size and all.
Oh, who wants that?
Let's. You can also. They also have the Power Ranger Ninja Steel Blaster blue version. Yeah, so those are the items that they have right now. Because remember we had said a while ago, about 2 months ago, that Bandai was going to be doing this. So I guess they're rolling out the expensive stuff first before the suits and everything. But yeah, Nab, you can pre-order any of these items now over at entertainmentearth.com.
Nothing for the Pink Ranger?
Nothing for the Pink Ranger.
Aw.
They're holding out. They're holding out. You know they're holding out. Pink Ranger and Green
Holding
Ranger.
out would be doing nothing Green Ranger for like a few years.
Yeah,
that would be holding out.
Well, no, here's the thing, because, I mean, the Green Ranger helmet has always been a popular item.
But no, there's no White Ranger stuff, though.
But there's the sword, there's his sword
Yes.
flute, things like that. Like, there's a lot of Green Ranger items. The chest protector. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could do with Green Ranger. So they went with the most, I think with the Green Ranger, they went with the most simplistic thing. And they had to go with something that was going to attract fans in the first run.
Yeah.
So they're not going to pump it all out there in the first shot. You know that. Come on now. I mean, besides that, there's going to be a lot more from the original lineup, without a doubt. Because to this day, they're still the most popular. The original lineup is always the most popular. Like I said, you never forget your first. And everything like that. We have an update on Gremlins 3.
Yay!
Yes, that's right.
Creator behind Gremlins has said the Gremlins 3 script is complete. It's dark and twisted. It will have practical effects and minimal CGI. He said there will be some CGI only because he harkens back to when they filmed the first film. Apparently, that bar scene with all the Gremlins in it took up to, he said, 20 to 30 puppeteers, literally falling over each other, and strings and sticks everywhere. So he's like, yeah, CG's going to come in a little handy on this, but it's still going to be practical effects.
Yeah.
There's also like kind of like almost a moral dilemma in terms of where to go with the script and everything like that. And one of the things that had crossed his mind was killing Gizmo.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Oh my god.
Because if you think about it in a dark and twisted way, how do you actually finally end the whole epidemic of Gremlins? By killing Gizmo.
Oh my god.
He didn't say, but although I don't think he's gonna pull the trigger onto that, because I mean, like, I think you will have a worse reaction than when Optimus Prime died in the animated movie.
The other logical solution is, I don't know, find a fucking responsible owner. I mean, kill Billy.
Yeah, right.
He's the one that keeps fucking up.
I don't know, but the way he's saying it's dark and twisted, it seems like they might be leaning a little more horror.
Okay, that's
Well,
good.
it was always supposed to be horror.
Yeah. He said he wants it to feel like the first one all over again, but I think I think given this modern era, it's probably going to be, by today's standards, a little bit even darker. All right, and this week's What the Fuck, it's not a news bit.
Oh dear.
It's my personal What the Fuck. So apparently, I go to work on Monday, and the reason why it's Tuesday is because I found it on Tuesday. And I go to work on Monday, go through my day, blah, 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 blah. Tuesday morning, we're all, gathering in our usual gathering area and everything like that. My foreman / boss is also a very big Game of Thrones fan as well, and everything like that. So then as we're there and everything like that, one of our coworkers comes up, and he says, "Oh yeah, man, like sometimes during lunch, I forgot to tell you guys." And everything like that. Yeah, man, the midget from Game of Thrones, big head and everything like that. Yeah, man, he was right over at that shop where sometimes we would get lunch. Peter Dinklage was about a block away from my job this week.
Oh.
As you know, Peter Dinklage lives in New York, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing Peter Dinklage probably lives somewhere around the area. And then my boss and I proceeded to literally verbally bash and tirade this guy for about the next 15
I'd have
minutes.
fired him.
Like, we were like, dude, he's like, yeah, I know you guys are Game of Thrones fans, but I'm telling you. It's like, no! If you know we were Game of Thrones fans, you don't tell us a day after, so you call us the moment of where he's at. Because even my boss was like, dude, I'd have called you wherever you were in the building, drop what you're doing, come the fuck downstairs. We're running to meet Peter Dinklage right now.
Damn.
Pick up the phone.
Because you're fucking fired!
Jesus.
So Peter Dinklage has apparently been looming around my area. He said, yeah, he's like, he had his hoodie on and everything like that. And he's like, you can't miss him. He's like, I
Well,
won't
technically you can.
It's fucked up.
You look right past him.
So, yeah. Like, he was just like, he said he came out the thing and he looked back and he goes, wait a minute, is that? And he goes, oh shit. He says, yeah, I recognize the big head. And I just realized it. And he said, he actually looked at me and went, hey, what's up? And everything like that. And it's just like,
Oh my god.
Dude.
That hurts.
That hurts.
Oh.
right?
Yeah. Damn.
I told the day I got told on Tuesday, I told her because I do window repairs for the job site that I'm on and everything like that. I told her, I swear to God, as I'm working, I am looking out the window and I have excellent vision. I got laser surgery years ago, so I have pretty excellent vision and everything like that. And I can pretty much tell people around. I told her, I says, the first moment I see a midget out these windows, I'm running down the stairs. I said, I'm running down the stairs. And nobody's stopping me. No one is stopping me. So to my coworker, I say, what the fuck? What the fuck? I can only imagine there should be some interesting comments on that right about now.
Lenny thinks it's hysterical.
Like, you gotta be kidding me, man! Like,
I know.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I can't even fake that. Like,
I know.
it still hurts. I've been looking all week for a midget out the windows of my job.
This sounds so horribly
It does, yeah.
non-politically correct right now.
It does, and but it's just like, oh my god.
David's gonna tackle the first midget he sees.
Oh my god!
In New York City.
And Duncan, who could potentially be joining us from Game of Microphones, my podcast that I've been suggesting for a long time about Game of Thrones. If you're joining us, because he mentioned he could be listening in today and everything like that. Thank you for joining us and everything like that. If you are, yeah. So how about that?
I would beat the shit out of the guy.
like, dude, it's like, seriously. Come on, man, it's the dink.
It is true. That is not exactly how you do. If you see someone that you know someone is a fan of, you do not just, oh yeah, by the way, this happened yesterday. What? You don't do that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I just can't even. I can't. It's like, it still bugs me. Alright, let me try to collect myself. I told you this week's What the Fuck is going to be interesting.
It was.
Alright, moving forward. Speaking of Game of Thrones news, on Wednesday it got put out, the cable network in Spain did a huge, no other better term to say, fuck up, and preemptively about 4 days early put this Sunday's Game of Thrones on demand for about an hour. It was only up there for an hour, but it was enough time for everybody to realize it, start grabbing links, and start downloading, and spreading links everywhere. And everything like that, which then spawned into
This episode.
It spawned into what happened later that evening that spawned into this episode. Now again, there are some people that don't mind spoilers and everything like that. For us, it's a certain context. Certain things we don't mind spoilers for, certain things we do. Game of Thrones is in fact one of them, because that emotional rush and the unfolding of everything. Now, I don't, we don't watch a lot of television. We watch a lot of YouTube. We watch videos with the kids. We watch Vines. We watch different things. Things, points of interest at that time. I don't know if it was because my feed was loaded with Game of Thrones stuff because I had been watching a lot of like family histories and things like that and everything like that because I've just started book 1 on Audible and everything like that. But all of a sudden, I take a shower, kids go to bed, take a shower, come back, and all of a sudden, all over my refreshed feed is the still images that they show for the videos, still images and titles, all for Sunday's episode. And I didn't watch any of the videos, but I didn't have to know the biggest moments going on this Sunday's episode. Now, to say I was upset, Miss Foxy can attest, would be a drastic understatement.
So that he wasn't alone in it, I told him he was allowed to tell me what he saw. I was hoping I'd forget. I have not. You
have not. But it was just all over. So henceforth, why we had put out that warning to our fellow Game of Thrones watchers, try to stay off your YouTube right now until after you watch Sunday's episode. Because, there's literally clips about a minute long. Even if you don't watch it, there's the videos have tell you, it just pretty much says it right there in the of what the subject of the video is of what's going on, and we're in for an incredible episode on Sunday.
It's interesting because Spain was actually the ones that aired the American Horror Story Cult's very first commercial,
right?
A day before it was actually supposed to be released everywhere.
Yeah,
because I accidentally watched the commercial on Instagram, and I thought it was fan-made.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's not out yet, only for FX and all them to put out the news the next day. Well, here's the trailer, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so, I put that out. Some of my high school alumni were part of a page, Game of Thrones LaGuardia style. So I put a warning out to them. I even had posted it and sent it over to my new friends over at Game of Microphones because we've been chit-chatting, which is actually really cool. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of fanboying over it a little bit because I love their show.
Damien's made friends.
And they're like that. They're based out of California. But no, they even they took what I had said very seriously because apparently I wasn't the only listener of their show that was giving them warnings. Yeah. Apparently there was a bunch of other ones as well. So they pretty much put a collection of all the warnings from myself and a couple of the other listeners and everything like that, and put it on their wall. It's like, hey guys, we got some news from some of our other listeners that have already had it spoiled that didn't want it to happen to the rest of you viewers. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
And he put it out on there and everything like that because again, certain things I don't mind being spoiled, but certain things just, it should be a choice. It shouldn't be splattered in your face. Again, we're going to go there later.
We're going to save this later.
Yes, sorry. Anyway.
Save the rage.
Save the rage.
I'll put on the air conditioner.
Yeah, please. In a follow-up to a story we've had going on for probably about almost a month now. And everything like that. MGM has finally made an official announcement regarding the 25th 007 James Bond movie. And who will be the Bond. Earlier in the week, Daniel Craig said he was still undecided. And Well, finally, by Wednesday, MGM and Daniel Craig announced Daniel Craig will be returning and reprising for the 25th James Bond movie. Now, as we had mentioned, up for it was potentially him. There was rumors of Charlize Theron, and there was also rumors of Idris Elba.
Yes.
Honestly, again, we had no problems with any of the three choices. I thought all three choices were spectacular. But given the way Daniel Craig, like they say, the even Bond movies seem to do blah, and the odd Bond movies seem to do great. So being this is the 25th, and if this is going to be Daniel Craig, farewell, he honestly should get the 25th.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I mean, could you mark the 25th with a new Bond? Absolutely. But I don't think it's as classy as the swan song for the previous Bond to bow out gracefully at the silver moment of this long-running franchise.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great to see Daniel Craig. Whether it be one more time, they haven't admitted, but more than likely, with this much of a struggle to get him to do this one, this is probably potentially going to be his last one.
Yeah.
And like I said, it couldn't be no better than the 25th one. All right. Well, moving forward, Wednesday news. Miss Foxy might get a little intrigued by this one. Marvel's Runaways, which we haven't